Look at this. An ambush predator strikes a passing insect in a fraction of a second. The entire body is built for rapid terrestrial combat. But rewind the clock, and this exact same animal was a legless, aquatic vegetarian drifting passively in a pond. Now, this process is called complete metamorphosis. It is a literal teardown of the animal's original anatomy to build an entirely new one from the inside out. Over 5 distinct stages, the animal undergoes a violent biological redesign, allowing a single organism to dominate 2 completely different environments in one lifetime. The cycle starts with a strategy based entirely on volume. A single mating pair produces thousands of eggs, encased together in a thick protective jelly layer, and fertilized externally in the water. During a 1 to 3 week incubation period, the yolk inside each egg actively divides, forming the architecture of a tiny embryo. What emerges is the tadpole. At this second stage, the animal resembles a small fish, equipped with rudimentary gills, a disproportionately large mouth, and a long tail for aquatic propulsion. For its first 1 to 2 weeks in the open water, the tadpole barely moves. Instead of foraging, it survives strictly by absorbing the dense nutritional yolk left over from its egg. Once that fuel runs out, it begins to swim and graze. It feeds almost exclusively on algae, operating as a dedicated aquatic herbivore. At this point, the amphibian is a water-bound, plant-eating organism. Its entire physical structure is incompatible with life outside the pond. In stage 3, hind limbs erupt, followed by front legs. Internally, the aquatic gills dissolve to make way for functioning lungs. The long, coiled intestine required for plant matter shrinks into a streamlined gut designed to process meat. By week 12, the animal enters the 4th stage as a froglet. Its jaw shifts, its body shape changes, and remarkably, it stops eating external food altogether. The froglet consumes its own tail. This dense energy reserve actively recedes into the body, fueling the massive physiological changes occurring inside. 2 to 4 years later, the animal reaches full maturity. At stage 5, the tail is completely gone, and the frog relies on highly muscular, webbed hind legs optimized for jumping and swimming. Its diet has entirely reversed. The former algae grazer is now a strict carnivore, actively hunting insects, rodents, and even other frogs. Through this process, the creature overwrites its original biological programming, trading an aquatic, herbivorous youth for life as a terrestrial hunter. This biological engine is highly adaptable. It's utilized by over 362 species across 61 genera, allowing variations like the African tree frog to develop specialized adhesive toe pads for vertical climbing. By isolating the herbivorous young in the water and keeping the carnivorous adults on land, the species guarantees it will never compete with its own offspring for food. This dual existence anchors the surrounding ecosystem. Adults act as mass consumers of insect populations, while serving as a critical prey source for larger predators. Their highly specialized skin is an active chemical factory. It secretes compounds that researchers are now using to develop new antibiotics and painkillers, while other species produce some of the most lethal natural toxins on Earth. A 5-stage, self-consuming growth cycle requires a massive amount of energy, but the return on that investment is a biological system optimized to secure resources across 2 entirely separate worlds.